The First Macedonian War was one of the most significant and large-scale conflicts of ancient times. It marked the first direct military clash between the Kingdom of Macedonia, which controlled much of Greece, and the rising Roman Republic, which had recently gained control of the entire Italian peninsula. This conflict broke out between 214 and 205 BCE and was triggered by the growing alliance between the Macedonian king Philip Fufth and the Carthaginian general Hannibal Barca. This alliance worried Rome because of the threat posed by having two strong enemies close to its borders. The possibility of Philip joining forces with Hannibal during the Second Punic War alarmed the Romans, who saw it as an attempt by Macedonia to push Rome out of northern Epirus, which had recently been conquered by Rome. This area was also crucial as it served either as a gateway for Macedonian access to the Italian peninsula or as a base for Roman operations in Greece. Philip, who aspired to be the dominant power in the region, started building a navy to strengthen his influence in Illyria and threaten the Romans. This move clearly showed his intent to expand his control over the sea and land routes leading to Italy. Controlling Illyria was key for Philip because it would provide him with a base to launch future campaigns against Rome. However, the Roman Republic was not willing to allow this Macedonian expansion, so without much delay, they took steps to counter the growing threat. Using their diplomatic skills, Rome sought to form an alliance with the Aetolian League, a group of Greek cities also feeling the weight of Macedonian ambition, and with the Kingdom of Pergamon, a state that had always been a loyal ally of Rome. This alliance forced Philip to keep his forces busy defending his own territories from neighboring attacks, which significantly reduced his efforts to expand and hindered his plans in Illyria. Despite Roman resistance and the Greek alliance, Philip initially managed to secure some important victories. His most notable success was the capture of the city of Oricum, which allowed him to set his sights on Apollonia, Rome's main stronghold in Greece. However, the situation changed dramatically after Rome's decisive victory over Carthage at the Battle of Cumae in 215 BCE. This victory marked a turning point in the Second Punic War, in which Rome had recently suffered a devastating defeat at the hands of Hannibal in the Battle of Cannae. Not only did this win restore Rome's confidence, but it also led the Aetolian League to break off its ties with Macedonia due to Rome's increasing success. Thanks to this, the Roman Senate was able to strengthen its influence in the region. But with Macedonia rearming and securing control over parts of Illyria, Rome was forced to agree to a truce with Macedonia, temporarily ending the conflict. This agreement recognized Philip's authority in Illyria, but with strict conditions that limited his ability to interfere in Carthaginian affairs and prevented him from forming alliances with other Roman enemies. Although the treaty brought a temporary halt to hostilities, it was clear that the rivalry between Macedonia and Rome was far from resolved, paving the way for a series of conflicts known as the Macedonian Wars, which would shape the future of Greece. In the late summer of 214 BCE, Philip Fufth of Macedonia decided to resume hostilities in order to take control of the city of Apollonia, a key city in Illyria that served as the main gateway for future incursions into Italy. After taking control of the city of Oreos and leaving a garrison to secure the site, Philip advanced towards Apollonia with the goal of subduing it and using it as a base to expand his influence in the region. Philip had been preparing for this campaign for months, building a fleet, and although it was modest, it represented a significant effort in terms of resources and logistics, especially at a time when Macedonia lacked the naval capabilities that the Roman Republic enjoyed. The Macedonian army was motivated and confident after capturing Oreos. However, the Roman fleet, aware of Philip's ambitions, took precautionary measures. Under the command of the veteran leader Marcus Valerius Laevinus, the Romans gathered a legion along with 2,000 more soldiers, led by Quintus Naevius Christa, to reinforce the defense of Apollonia. This move was essential for the Romans, who feared that Macedonian control of Apollonia would allow Philip Fufth to establish a strong base for future campaigns into Italy, something that was completely unacceptable. As Philip approached Apollonia, tensions in the area rose. The city, surrounded by walls and strategically located near the coast, was a vital target. Philip was confident that his numerically superior army, which included thousands of infantry soldiers as well as a supporting fleet, would allow him to besiege and capture the city before the Romans could respond appropriately. But the Romans were fully aware of Philip's every move and had prepared a plan to thwart his efforts. In this tense environment and amidst the intense preparations, the Romans launched a surprise night attack on the Macedonian camp. Supported by Roman forces, the people of Apollonia carried out an assault that had devastating results. Roman forces managed to infiltrate the Macedonian camp and dismantle the siege engines Philip had brought to besiege the city. The element of surprise and the speed of the attack caused heavy losses among the Macedonian troops, with around 3,000 soldiers killed or captured, significantly weakening Philip's forces in the region. At the same time, the Macedonian fleet, which had hoped to play a crucial role in capturing Apollonia, found itself trapped by Roman ships that controlled the coast. This situation left Philip in a position of clear weakness, as he could no longer rely on the naval support he had planned for. Roman control of the coastline made any attempt at a seaborne assault practically futile. With his camp in disarray, Philip was forced to reconsider his strategy as the situation had become unsustainable for him. The Romans had taken the initiative, and his army, which had been confident of victory, now found itself in a chaotic retreat. After realizing the extent of the losses he had suffered along with the loss of resources, Philip decided to issue an order for a tactical withdrawal to avoid further losses and the capture of what remained of his forces. This turn of events marked a pivotal moment in the First Macedonian War, as the city of Oraios became a Roman protectorate, and Philip's dreams of controlling Apollonia vanished in the blink of an eye. The defeat, in addition to its impact on his reputation as king, also weakened his position among his enemies, whether in Illyria or the rest of Greece. Thus, the Battle of Apollonia became an example of how lack of preparation and underestimating the enemy can lead to a dramatic downfall in the same conflict. Furthermore, Philip V's defeat at Apollonia had long-term consequences on his military campaign, and although he managed to retreat to his kingdom, the morale of his troops and the support of his allies deteriorated significantly. On the other hand, the Romans, whose strength had grown after the victory, solidified their control over the region and continued to confront Macedonian ambitions, ensuring a series of wars between the two sides that would last for decades. In this way, the Roman Republic turned its defensive war into a real offensive, stopping the Macedonian advance and establishing itself as the dominant power in the Mediterranean. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. And if you're not subscribed yet, I highly recommend subscribing so you don't miss more content like this. I'm still in the early stages, but I'm passionate about sharing my love for history, and your support would mean a lot. What do you think, since you've stuck with me until the end of the video? You're definitely going to subscribe, right? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.